With this session, we are going to discuss about groups in detail. In previous session, we have already discussed we have 18 group in periodic table, and in each group how many number of elements present. They have same number of electron in their outermost cell, means valency of particular elements present in same group have same valency. So these groups are primarily divided in two categories, A and B group. And both A and B are subdivided into 8 groups, from first A to 8A and same as first B to 8B. The group A, in which all normal elements present, includes metals, non-metals and metalloids. Now we'll discuss each group. A group represent which number of group. Like first A represent first group, second A represents second group, third A represents 13 group, fourth A represents 14 group, fifth A represents 15 group, sixth A represents 16 group, 17A represents 17 group, and 8A represent 18 group. Now we'll move to B group. Here all transition and inner transition metals are included. In B group, how many number of elements are present? They are metallic in nature. Now we discuss which group represent which number of category. So here first B represents 11 group and second B represent 12 group, third B represent third group, fourth B fourth, fifth B fifth, sixth B sixth, seventh B seven, and the eighth represent 8, 9 and 10, all three groups. Like you can see in this table. Here mentioned from group number 1 to 18. And below that, the category of A and B is mentioned here. So you can see here the group number 1 is represented by first A, second by second A, 13 by third A, 14 by fourth A, 15 by fifth A, 16 by sixth A, 17 by seventh A, and 18 by 8th A. Now we'll move to B part. Here, the first B represents 11th group, second B 12th group, third B third group, fourth group, fifth B fifth group, sixth B sixth group, seventh B seventh group, and 8B represent all three, 8, 9 and 10. And here in A category we have metals also, non-metals and metalloids also. But in B part we have all transition metals and inner transition metals. Now we discuss about each and every group in detailed manner. So here we discuss about first group number 1, which is represented by first A. In group number 1, all the elements are present. They are called alkali metal, excluding hydrogen. Why they are called alkali metal? Because they are most reactive metal. They are electropositive in nature. They can give one electron from their outermost cell. That is why they are considered as alkali metal. Now, group number 2, which is represented by the second A. They are called alkaline earth metals. They are also reactive metal. They can give two electrons from the outermost orbital. As compared to alkali metal, they are little bit less reactive because while we give electron to any other element, It requires energy. Now you can understand, if we'll give one electron, so we'll require less amount of energy as compared to when we need to give two electron to any other element. Due to this reason, that alkaline earth metal are reactive, but as compared to alkaline metal, they are little bit less reactive. Now we discuss about group number 13, which is represented by third E. These are also called trials because they have three electrons in the outermost orbital. So they are able to give three electrons, and they are also called boron family because the first element of this group is boron. Now group number 14, which is represented by fourth A, they are called tetrals. They have four valence electrons in their outermost shell, and also called carbon family because carbon is the first element of this group. Now, group number 15, which is represented by fifth A, is also called pnictogens and nitrogen family also. Why they call pnictogens? Because they have five electrons in their outermost orbit. And nitrogen is the first element of this group while we move from top to bottom. That is why they are also considered as nitrogen family. Now we'll discuss about group number 16, which is represented by 6A. They are also called chalcogens. Why? Because they are ore former. Whenever from the earth crust we are getting metallic ore, that metal is allowed to form with chalcogens. That is why this group in which oxygen, sulfur, silicon is present, they are all forming elements, and that is why they are called chalcogens. And also called oxygen family because oxygen is the first element of this group. Now the next group is group number 17, which is represented by 7th A. They are called halogens, means salt producers. When metal allowed to give electron and allowed to form salt, these halogens get combined with the metals and form salt. That is why they are called halogens, a salt producers. And they're also called fluorine family because fluorine is first element of this group, and fluorine is most electronegative element in whole periodic table. Now the group number 18, which is represented by 8A, is also called noble gases because in this group, how many number of the elements are present? They are inert in nature. They are non-reactive. They're not allowed to take a part in any chemical reaction. Due to this reason, this group is also called zero group, and it's also considered as helium or neon family as per the first element of this group. Now you can see in this periodic table here that first group, as I told you, you can see and this blue color, in which these all elements excluding hydrogen are considered as alkali metal, most reactive metal, electropositive element in nature. The second one is alkaline earth metals. They are also reactive metal, but as compared to alkali metal, a little bit less reactive. Now from group number 3 to 12, all a part of B category, and from you can see from this here, 3rd to 12, all elements mentioned in the blue color, they are called transition metals. And in B part, we includes that lactinide and actinide series also. These lanthanide and actinide series are called as inner transition metals. In B group, including transition and inner transition, all are metallic in nature, all are reactive in nature. Lanthanide, also considered a rare earth metal because of appearance present in earth. And actinide, we have all radioactive elements in this series. These are lanthanide and actinide, also part of periodic table, but they are put separate and below part of periodic table to do not disturb that periodic table sequence. That is the only reason these lanthanide and actinide series mentioned separately at below part of periodic table. Now we'll move to group number 13, this called boron family, and in which while we move along top to bottom, the metallic character of group is get increased. Here now group number 14 is called carbon family. Group number 15 is called nitrogen family. Group number 16 is called oxygen family and also called chalcogens because they are ore forming. Whatever ores we are getting from the earth crust, they are combined with oxygen, sulfur, silicon like that. Now group number 17, they are also called halogens and fluorine family. These elements are also most reactive elements, but they are electronegative in nature, means they're always ready to gain electron from metals. Now group number 18, the elements present in group number 18 are noble gases. They are non-reactive, they are present in inert state because these elements in their atomic structure they have completely fulfilled the orbital with electron. That is why they are not allowed to take a part in any chemical reaction. They are naturally stable as compared to other elements present in periodic table. Now you can see according to basis of metal, non-metal and metallite category. Till here, from excluding hydrogen, from here to till this gray part, all elements are metallic, including lanthanide and actinide series. And the yellow part belongs to metalloid category. And from here, white part to other, these are non-metallic in nature. So here the periodic table is also categorized on the basis of metal, non-metal and metalloid category. Left hand side if you'll move you will see all metals are here, and while we move right hand side you will see all non-metals are there. So this is the detailed information about groups in periodic table. With this note we conclude the session. We'll see you in next session.